Awesome day, Zoniacs. Welcome to Living in the Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jim Fannin. I am your zone coach, and I've been coaching the best in the world for over 50 years, the highest paid athletes and the top CEOs from the Fortune 50. And I'm looking forward to coaching you the exact same way I've coached all of my clients for so long. Today, I want to talk about how other things, not your business, not thoughts about your business, thoughts about your sport. I want to talk about the other parts of your life that can come crashing in and completely change everything. The World Series. No one knows that this guy had a marital challenge and maybe his wife served papers during the third game of the World Series. No one would know that. He would know that. Can he handle that? I had a client that was a great baseball hitter, and he was married. He had 3 children. But I saw all of his records for 5 years coaching this guy every single day. And I knew he was a great hitter in Minnesota, a great hitter in Cleveland, and a great hitter in Texas. But right now, this year, he's at his worst in those 3 cities. And those were the best ballparks where he had the highest batting average, the most home runs, the most productivity. What was the variable? Well, with a little introspection and my spidey sense, my intuition, I asked him, who are you with in these 3 cities? Your wife wasn't there. Your children aren't there. What is the variable now? And I looked him dead in the eye and asked him, are you seeing someone else? Are you having infidelity? Because if you are, I'm not going to sit here and watch this. I'm not going to do it. You're either going to get a divorce or you're going to rectify and get rid of whatever was happening. And it's that brutal, that blunt when I'm coaching a high-powered client. Sometimes it's not what you see, it's what you don't see behind the curtains. I've had other athletes that were in a zone state, highly productive, and all of a sudden, just one day, everything changed. They looked no energy, little mopey, little more upset, little more impatient, little more frustrated. Well, no one knew. No one knew at all. This person's daughter was diagnosed with cancer. If you're a mom or dad out there and you find out that your kid has something that as dastardly and as bad as cancer, it's going to upset everything in your life, especially your business, especially your sport, or whatever else that you're spending an inordinate amount of time, money, and energy on. Life is not perfect, and negative things happen to good people. It happens all the time. This show is about you managing your life so that those outside influences don't influence you in a negative way. Every one of my clients have been able to do that for decades, keeping your life simple, keeping your life balanced, because you're going to keep your discipline, self-discipline, your concentration, your optimism, your relaxation, your enjoyment. You're going to keep it at a high balanced level. And when you do that, the best of you is going to come to the surface. But this show is about being more than just a champion in one thing. It's about being a champion in every single thing in your life. And if you're a parent, you're a teacher, you oversee a team, a unit in your corporation, your division, a department, whatever it is, if you need someone to get this information on how to keep your life simple, keep it balanced and abundant, but also keep it in order. Self-discipline is the key to going to the highest possible level. So make sure you subscribe so you can get this information in your inbox every week. Check me out on Instagram. I'm giving tips every day on Instagram. Go to the podcast on YouTube. And if you want to take an assessment to see what your missing link is and what's really upsetting your apple cart where things aren't going the best that you possibly can, go to zonecoach.com, take an assessment, and make sure you book a complimentary, no-charge consultation. I'm not only here as a coach, but I also have the best coaches in the world that are experts in the SCORE system. We're here to help you climb your Mount Everest so that you can be the best that you can be. Right now, let's get back to your life. You are more than a businessman. You're more than a professional golfer. You are more than a world-class decision maker. Every athlete that I've coached, every business person I've coached, the first thing we do is develop a life blueprint. And that means segregating your life in these standalone arenas. And I call them arenas, spheres of influence. Let's just take it real simple. If you are married and you have no children, you still have a significant other. That is separate from your business, even if you work together in your own business. What the relationship you have with your significant other, your spouse, nothing matters but shared vision. That's what brought you together. And once you don't have it, that's going to tear you apart. And if you've got that little fighting, that little nagging, little bitching and moaning at each other and going to sleep, not in a positive way, but in a negative way, you're going to wake up negative as well. But that negativity is going to permeate your big income stream. It's going to impact your pocketbook. It's going to impact how you just move around in your life. It's going to impact your interactions with other people. And if you're having a challenge with a teenage son who got caught smoking and got kicked out of school, and you put all this effort and energy, maybe you're in a private school, but he's out. He's got kicked out. Yeah, you got some challenges. You need to control it, contain it, make decisions in that one part of your life. Just do not allow it to back up and permeate the other arenas, especially your income stream arenas. Once you do that, you're going to have the proverbial negative day. I even have disdain for saying bad day. I haven't had one for decades. That's a choice, and that's the choice I want you to have. Don't forget, you are more than a business person. You are more than an athlete. And now I want you to stay tuned for the final word. I'm going to tell you exactly how to manage this. But right now, let's see who was in the zone this weekend, and let's see who was not in the zone. And the ones not in the zone, I don't know, maybe other things were going on besides football or whatever that was. So right off the bat, who's in the zone? You got to give the props. I'm not a Dodger fan, but maybe I need to be a Dodger fan. 2 World Series championships in a row, one of the greatest World Series ever. The 7th game was mind-blowing. It had pretty much everything. 18-inning game, a game that comes down to the very ending. It was the most exciting World Series possible. Why did the Dodgers win? And why did the Toronto Blue Jays lose? Because the Blue Jays had many opportunities in that 7th game. Many. Bases loaded early. No outs. Got nothing for it. What was the difference when one team won and one team lost? I think it's pretty simple. The Dodgers had a sense of knowing. They've done it before recently. They knew what they could do. The Blue Jays, they believed it. There's no doubt about it. That's why they got there in the first place. But then they expected to win. But all of a sudden, all the money comes down to just a few moments of truth. The next decision or non-decision is going to dictate the ending, and the person or the team that knows they can win will always beat, if there's talent, the same. And I think these talent pretty much the same. They're both loaded top to bottom. Blue Jays expected to win. Dodgers knew they would win, and that's the difference in a 7th game World Series. Now, who else was in the zone? I got to go to Alex Cora. one of my favorite people on this planet. He did a surprise marathon. Who does that? Alex got himself, a manager of the Red Sox, can't run in the Boston Marathon. He's working. But the New York Marathon that just happened this past weekend, his wife was running in it. She didn't know that he was going to run in it. He surprised her at the start, and he finished with a amazing 4-hour, 37-minute, 51 seconds. Both he and his wife finished the New York Marathon. Congrats, 26-plus miles. You were in the zone. And also, I need to give a shout-out to Ceddanne Rafaela, center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. Awesome. Well done. You catch everything and anything. Your first Gold Glove. Be proud. You earned it. You deserve it. I'm also going to go a little football, NFL, crazy NFL weekend. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdowns, 16 for 16 first half, 282 yards first half. Pretty amazing. He had an 88% accuracy rate. To lead Seattle over the Commanders, Sam Darnold, the Vikings got rid of you. You weren't good enough. They got rid of it, and look at you now. You are really taking the Seattle Seahawks to the next level, and you have arrived. Well done, Sam. You are in the zone. Who's not in the zone? Did you see the interview after the Bears-Bengals game? What a game. 8 lead changes. The game ended in a 47-42 win for the Bears. Go Bears, the Bears. That's awesome. 42-41, Bengals up, 25 seconds to go. Caleb Williams, boom, touchdown pass. What is happening? Now just a little more time left, not much. Bengals had no chance, completely over. But here's what happened at the end. Chase Brown, what the effing finish. What an effing game. Now, I don't know, but if you played on a team, and I've played professional, and I've been around professionals, I've never heard the offense in baseball, the hitters, putting down the pitchers. I've never heard the pitchers put down the hitters. And that's exactly what we saw. We saw the inside of the Cincinnati Bengals where their locker room is in disarray. Talk about a civil war of words. I'm sure the defense was not pleased with Chase Brown and Jamar Chase also reiterating, well, we did our job, basically, and the defense didn't. Keep it to yourself, boys. That's what the best in the world, and that's what world champions do. You can complain all you want. Keep it behind the cameras. Keep it under wraps. And keep your dirty laundry off of a public clothesline. Anyway, let's get back into the zone. And to do that, let's go to the Zone Cafe. Now, here we are, but we're going to do something a little bit different. I've got the Zone Drone. The Zone Drone is now going to go up above your life. I'm going to name a segment of your life, and as soon as I name that segment, I want you to think of only one thing that you not only will change, I want you to see the change already in your mind. Even though you haven't changed it, I want you to see only what you want, not what you don't want. So here we are at the Zone Cafe, and the Zone Drone is up above your life. Wellness. Personal self-arena, your wellness. Everything about you. This has nothing to do with your doctor. It's got nothing to do with your spouse. It's got nothing to do with anybody. This is only about you. What one thing do you want to change? Do you want to hydrate better? Do you want to see yourself 25 pounds thinner? So don't say, I'm going to lose weight. I want you to see exactly what you want. Shut your eyes. And if you're on this podcast driving, keep your eyes open. But if not, shut your eyes. And you can still see it in your mind's eye with your eyes open. See one thing you'll change in your wellness arena. Next, the drone is now flying over your personal finance arena. Okay, I need more money. Be specific. How much more money? Okay, I need to cut my bills. Okay, how much are you going to cut them? I want you to see your personal financial arena the way you want it. And don't just make up, I want to be a trillionaire or a billionaire. We'll get to that later. See what you can accomplish in the next 2 months. 12/31, 2025. What do you see in your personal finance arena? See it? Only one thing. Let's move on. You're a son. Are you the best son you can be? You're a daughter. Are you the real best daughter you can be? Do you support mom? Do you support dad? Do you do extra? Do you still allow them to coach you, even though you're 62 and they're 82? That happens. That happens. What can you change to be the best daughter or son that you can be? Talk to mom once a week. Call dad once a week. Call him once a day. You choose what you want. But what one thing could make that arena better? Now, if you're an only child, you can sit on the sidelines. But if you're a sibling, I want you to think right now and see all 4 of your siblings. See your 2 sisters. See your brother. See your siblings. What one thing can you change in that arena about you? Maybe burying the hatchet with Barbara, your oldest sister, who's always complaining, always telling you what to do. She's been doing that since you were 2. Is she still doing that? Then you need to see her happy and go, dang, you've changed. See her changed, not just you. See what you want, not what you don't want. I remember my father and my uncle, they didn't talk for 40 years. It was pretty obvious they needed to put down the hatchet. And you know what? 42 years later, they didn't even know why they didn't talk for that long. They didn't remember. How crazy is that? Don't be like my pops and my uncle. Fix that sibling arena. What do you need to change? Now, your mom or your dad, your single mom, single dad, or mom and dad, here you are. What one thing can you change? Maybe both of you need to be on the same page. Maybe both of you need to write down a list of what we want our children to be when they leave the house at 18, hopefully, and they're off and running to college or off on their career. What parental things could you change? One thing could you add to your life? Could you have a vision night once a month? Could you have dinner together every night? Could you not allow the phone to get into everything that you're doing? Can you all have some alone time at the dinner table? What one thing would you like to change? Let's go to your significant other. What do you need to change to be the best husband you can be? What one thing do you need to change to be the best spouse, best wife you could be? What do you need? Shut your eyes and see it in complete manifestation. See it as if it's so. And last, what do you need to do on a spiritual level? I'm not talking religion. I'm just talking spiritual, where you're connected with everything. What do you need to do? Do you need to relax more? Do you need to control your breathing? Do you need to eliminate worry? Do you need to stay away from things that don't serve you well? Do you need to add a habit? Do you need to break a habit? This is only one thing I want you to accomplish in 1 week in every single facet of your life. And stay tuned. I'm going to go to the final word, and now let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get busy. Let's fix these one things. There's a whole bunch of them so that you can be your genuine, authentic best self. Let's go to the final word. The final word, take charge. Be aggressive. Be bold. Make change. To make change, you must do the B to A principle. Reverse engineer. In every one of those arenas, we went to B. We didn't start at A and have a plan to walk to B. No, we went to B. See what you want in each facet of your life. Just one thing. See that manifest. See how you're going to act and react. See exactly what you want. And all of these arenas need to culminate into a master vision of who you are, why you do what you do, and where you're going and how you're going to get there. Nothing great happens without a blueprint. And that's another thing I want you to start to work on. All my clients, all the clients of all of our coaches, we all start with a blueprint. I hope this gives you the rudiments of a basic life blueprint by segregating your life in these different buckets, having a vision for each one, but it all culminates of who am I and where am I going and how am I going to get there? In the largest part of life, not just a business person or not just an athlete, who are you? And are you a true champion? I coach 1% of the Earth's population, and that 1% set their Mount Everest Olympic gold medal, world champion, all pro, top 10, number one in the world. Pretty lofty stuff. 1% are doing that. But of that 1%, there's probably only 5% of that 1% that's doing the same thing with a blueprint, a plan, attention to detail in every part of their life. This is the most rare person on the planet. You will not bump into this person all the time in the grocery store, at the airport, in your neighborhood. They don't exist. Most people that act like they got their act together, they got all kinds of stuff happening in the other arenas. My quest for you, and it's been a quest in my entire life, 76 years on this planet. It's always been the goal. Am I the best I can be in each facet of my life? That takes planning. That takes commitment. That takes discipline. It also takes focus to decide exactly what I want. I must be decisive in making that commitment and deciding my objectives. They're thought out. Most of us won't spend the time to make that investment. I've had people that don't spend the time to even do a life blueprint. And I'm like, are you kidding me? A blueprint for your life? You'll be one of the few people on the planet to have one. I don't know what to put down. Seriously, it's because you've never thought about it. You're going through life just winging it, reacting with that mindset, I got this, I'll figure it out, life's good. Well, let me tell you something. What if life drops off a cliff? What if we go into the worst recession ever? And your job with your income stream, it's eliminated. Now what you going to do? You put all your happy eggs in one basket. I'm telling you, it's a bad investment. We need to make that investment if we want to go to the pinnacle of success. But to put all my happy eggs in just one basket, I'm telling you, it's a bad investment. I've told every athlete, every baseball player, every NBA guy, every NFL guy, you're more than a player. You're more than a PGA golfer. You're a son, you're a brother, you're a friend. You got your own money, you got your own wellness, your own spirituality. It's just you. So the question is, in the final word, are you the best that you can be? And are you a true champion? Go to zonecoach.com, take the assessment. You'll see the missing link. It's going to tell you what's missing to be that true champion. And you also, with that, you get free consultation. We're here to help you. We are global coaches helping people climb their own personal Mount Everest. We're here to help you be your genuine, authentic best that you can be. Make sure you follow. Make sure you share, especially with people that need this information. Don't forget, if you want daily information, go to Instagram, check out our show, subscribe to it. It's on YouTube, and you can also get it wherever they have a podcast. And I'm excited for you because in 1 week, I know you're going to fix one thing in every part of your life so that next week we can see, were you in the zone or were you not in the zone? I'm Jim Fannin, and I know one thing. There's only one thing to do in life: live in the zone.